I'm so happy and grateful having you all here and knowing that you guys are doing very well. It's always amazing sharing ideas, discussing, sharing insights, and learning from you while we all uh, in the process we improve our spoken English. But I want to tell you that it's even beyond just English. It's about communication, because a very wise man said that whatever you do, communication is at the heart. The better you communicate, the better you lead, the better you influence, the better you gather people around you. And it's so powerful. It's true. Whether it's in your personal life, your professional life, with colleagues, with your spouse, your children, your neighbors, even the random people you meet in the street, communication is important. How many times did you find yourself in a situation where there was a miscommunication? Someone said something and you thought that person meant something else, and in the end it appears that the person was not saying what you understood. So it's really important to have a more effective communication. And if you have done interviews with companies globally, and at least in Western societies, companies in the industry, private companies for job positions, in the beginning, people will tell you about communication. They will tell you that they value more efficient communication. So I think that this is something where we all learn to be better communicators. So, well, as always, I would like to remind that this is a safe place to practice English, to make mistakes. Don't be shy. And so let's start. Today's topic is beyond contacts: how to build real relationships for career growth. So we're gonna explore what networking really means, and how to find mentors, what is the importance of a mentor, and how to make professional relationships meaningful for us, for our growth. So let's warm up everyone with something very fun. So could you share one interesting fact about you that is not in your CV or your LinkedIn profile? Who would like to say that? Who would like to speak first? Or do you want me to give the good example and the start. If you want that, just press there is a reaction button somewhere, or just tell me, put it in the chat, and then I could start and show you something to give you the good example. Okay, no message in the chat and no reaction. So I guess someone is ready to speak. Who would like to start?
Please, doctor, I didn't get the question very well. Please, can you?
Okay. Yeah, so it was a very simple question. I wanted just to warm you up a little bit before we dive deeper into the discussion. So I was asking if anyone would like to share one interesting fact about him or her that is not in his CV or LinkedIn profile.
Okay, I don't know if it's important for career development, but what I know is that I like children, for example. I enjoy spending time with children. Yeah.
Ah, great. That is good. Wonderful. You know, it's relevant, and I will tell you in a few minutes why I think this is relevant. So, anyone else? Gilles? Okay, Gilles is not there. I thought you made me forget your name, Josue. By putting GR, you made me think too much about what is GR, who is GR. Okay. Yeah, Josue. Is there anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, great. For me, for instance, I play drums. I'm a drum player. I like music and I'm a drum player, but you will never see it in my professional document like CV and all those things. Buchomekpo, do you want to share anything with us?
Yeah, coach.
Yeah, please go ahead then.
No, I don't have an idea currently.
Okay.
Please, you can continue after
Okay,
I
great.
take it.
Okay, wonderful. In the meantime, I realized that there is a new participant. Is it Tokole? Tokole? I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Yes. Is it white?
It's Tokole, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Tokole. Good. Thank you so much for joining. Would you like to share with us one interesting fact about you that is not in your CV or in your professional profile, your LinkedIn profile?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I was asking if you would like to share something about you that is not listed in your CV.
The music.
Music. Good.
Yes.
So let me tell you why I actually asked that question. Because
okay,
beyond beyond professional setups, your colleagues or anyone else is a human being, and there are also things they like. They also have hobbies. They have things they enjoy doing, and these could be used, in fact, to create sustainable links. Because then, if you share the same interest beyond work, then that could be really something like people are able to, let's say, give you recommendation, strong recommendation, or even give you job offers. Simply why? Because your kids play football together. Can you see? So that's why I was saying, Adeline, that the fact you like kids, spending time with kids, with children, of course, it has nothing to do directly with profession, your professional life, but it could be useful, for instance, when you are trying to, let's say that you get a mentor. And of course, it's important to keep everything professional. But let me tell you, it's not what is contained in the books about professionalism that always work. And the proof is right there, because there are tons of people who do that thing, what is recommended to be formal, to be professional, but they still don't have result. So if you want things to change, you want to build long-lasting relationship, sometimes it could help to find a common interest that could extend even beyond the strict professional setup. Now, I will ask you a lot of questions today, because from the analysis of last Sunday meeting, I realized that I spoke 70% of the time, which is huge. It was literally like a monologue. So I really think that today I will give you the opportunity to take more time to develop your point, elaborate, and ask questions, and to participate more. So I would like to ask you something. Who in the chat, I put 2 points, and one is to prepare a story about someone who has helped you professionally or academically. And the second point was to prepare something or to think about something in relation to what make a genuine professional connection. So I truly believe that you thought about those points, and that then we will center the discussions around those 2 points first, and then we could extend later on and cover different other aspects. So if you have prepared something, then I think I'll give you the opportunity to share it with us. And if you have not, then just think of someone who has helped you professionally or academically, and who was that person, and how did you meet that person? And today, what is the level of your relationship? So I would like that we just go around and hear some short stories about this aspect. So, Josue, I would like to start with you, if you don't mind. Josue is not there. So, Gilles?
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Once again, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Okay, for me, for instance, for my cases, I met you in the laboratory of applied ecology when I wanted to do my master's thesis, and I learned many things from you, and I'm still learning many things from you until now. And for me, for instance, I learned how to write a good scientific paper, how to write a good article. What is the different steps if you wanted to write a good article? In the introduction, what you needed to put on it. In the material and method, what you need really to put there, and so on and so forth. And I learned also many other details about the short thing that more people don't take in account really. For instance, when you wanted to write a scientific poster, what you needed to put on it. When you wanted to present some slide or some PowerPoint, what is the different thing that you needed to put on it? Not write a test point, but what you need really to share with people who wanted to follow you. And in other domains, I learned also more from you how to write a big or a short project, and to find the grants, how to really attract, how to convince people from what you are. So for me, I learn more and more, and also today I'm still learning. I learn many things. I can listen everything here. That is the domain in the professional domain. In another part, I'll also learn how we can be in our society. What is the different things that we need to know? How can manage our financial our financial aspect, what we can do in our society, how can be with our life partner when we wanted to be with someone, when we want to take it to marry someone, which aspect you need really to take in account. So I learned more and many more different things. So that is my short story. Thank you.
Okay, great, Jill. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yeah, it it feels good. So you basically talked about me when you met me, and what I brought, what I added to your academic and I would say professional life, right? My contribution in terms of research, proposal, and articles, scientific writing, and all those things. Yeah, so I think you answer very well. Yeah.
Can you allow me to say something?
Sure.
Yeah. From what he just said, I'm realizing that I have so many things to learn from him, firstly, and then from Dr. Meda, secondly. So I am still your student, please. You have so many skills. So I hope I'll get something from you, surely. Wow.
Thank you so much. When I also learned from my mentor mainly, who inspired me a lot, and who he has this unique approach of teaching you. Like he will always put you in situation, and then you have to prove yourself. And that is how you learn. You learn the hard way. You start failing, and then he tells you how to do it, what to do it. And teaching also is everything is about method and strategy. And when you are fortunate to meet the right people who have the good strategy to teach you, then you understand quickly, because teaching is also valuing what the person already knows. Because no matter our current level, there are things we know. That is what is true. So it's easier to build upon what already existed than just saying, okay, well, we start everything over from scratch. And also without realizing also the importance of valuing the person you really want to help, you really want to teach something. So that's it. And yeah, I'm so happy and grateful for you guys, because you've been really good student. You've been and we started this journey this Sunday English club with you, Gilles, Sergino, and others. And so yeah, I'm really proud of you, because you improve day after day, and that is a fact. We are all improving, right? So it's important. And improvement is not only about the language, about vocabulary, grammar, tenses. It's also about the confidence, the self-confidence. It's not easy, actually, to share your story, to share things about you, to be vulnerable, because that is what it is. And there are a lot of people, and as a Francophone, I would say that the main challenge we face when learning languages like English is this fear. We don't want to make a mistake. We want everything to be perfect. And then we do not take action. But it's important to step outside of our comfort zone. It's important to make mistakes, because that is how, even if you don't make mistakes, you never know how to improve, how to correct them. So yeah, that is an important point. So Adeline, now your turn. Would you like to share, to do the same exercise? So this is an exercise. I know that you are perfect bilingual, so you really don't have a challenge speaking English, but it's still interesting to share things with us, and so that we all learn from you, and we get improved, and I guess also that in the process maybe you'll get something, you gain, I don't know, some improvement in terms of communication, in terms of self-confidence, and
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for giving me this opportunity. It's true that I'm trying my best in English, but I'm not totally bilingual. As I told you, I did the Francophone system from the nursery school up to my master graduation. So it's after my master graduation that I realized that I had to learn English, because if you are to go into research, you have to really learn English. And if I show you my first project I wrote for my PhD, you will laugh until you will not even believe that I'm the one speaking English today. So for a short story, after my master graduation, I realized that I was really bad in English. I couldn't even have a sentence in English. And then I decided to go and pay for English classes. I started working in English. And the lecturer or the teacher I met to pay for it asked me to do a test, a pre-test. And I went back home. I prepared 1 week for the pre-test. When I came, I did the test. She just told me, you need to practice. You don't need to be teach. That's what she told me. And then I told her, okay, as I need to be taught, how will we do? She said, I will just give you some exercise and we practice speaking, more speaking. And then that's how I was even meeting her at home. And sometimes it was just like a playing. And after 1 month and a half, she just told me, yeah, just go back and practice. I don't know what I have to do because you can do it yourself. And till that time, I was not that confident, because I was just saying, no, this is not the level I want. I want to learn more. And that's how some days I was speaking with a friend, and he told me that there is a vacancy in a secondary school, technical secondary school for English. And I said, why not? This is the right opportunity for me to go and teach by learning. And that's where I really learned English. So I was teaching secondary school technical students. You know how technical students are really hard in English? I had to do everything in French and English to let them know at least something. And let me assure you that at the end of the year, I was able to bring the general mark of from 0.5 over 20 for the whole class to 6 over 20 in technician student. You know how difficult it is. So it's just to say that, I've tried, I'm improving, but it's not really at the level I want. Yeah. I want to be okay. So that's for the short story. Coming back to the most important person I met speaking about my career, I would say without any restriction, my academic supervisor. I met him in like 2000 and let's say 11. I was still a bachelor student. I was really fascinated by the way he were lecturing us, because most of the lecturer were just coming in the room or in the amphitheater. They were just like doing their course and they were going. They were not like bothering about your personal questions. And I realized that every time my supervisor will come in class, he would just say, "Do you have any question about what we did last time?" Okay, and then if we don't have a question, he will restart it. Like he will do a resume before starting the new class. I was like, wow, this is someone. This is a professor that is really interesting. Until level 4, I was like, if I'm to do my master, if I need a supervisor, I'll see him. But unfortunately, when I had to choose a supervisor for master, he was not in Cameroon. He traveled to Germany for a 6-month program. And there were other lecturers around. I could easily choose one of them because I was the second of my promotion. So it was quite easy for me to get another one because, when it is like that, when you have a good average, it is easy for you to get a supervisor. But I was just saying, I want that one. I want that professor. And then from my master, I'm telling you, I searched for his email and I wrote to him that, "Professor, I am Adeline, your student, and we are asked to choose our supervisors. I want you to be my supervisor. I would like to work on this topic." He was in Germany. And he told me, "Adeline, I don't know what I can do for you because I'm here for 6 months. I don't know how we work together. I don't really know. I'm really far. It is not a good idea to get me as your supervisor." I just told him, "I want you as my supervisor. You will just guide me even if you are abroad." So, and that's how we started. I even met another new lecturer who was recruited in our department. And I told her that I'm working with him, but he's not there. "Can you mentor me?" And she said, "Just go and first see with him if he's okay, and then you can come and work with me." And that's how I did it. And they discussed and they agreed. And that's how we continue working. So we known each other for about, let's say, 10 years now. So for me, he's like my father. I know he's really busy because he's the head of the department, but at any moment I will need something from him, he will try. Even if he is so busy, I would like, if I'm seeing that there is no mean, I will start going like, I will even like, I'm crying. "I really need you, Father. My Father, I really need you. If you leave me now, now like this, I don't know. I don't know how I would do," because I know him. He knows me very well. I know him very well. I cannot write a project without talking about it with him, and he always give me advices about what to do. Every time I need something, he's there. It is true that he's not so available. So with him, you need to work first. If you don't work, then, as you were saying, so you not just give everything to you. You need to work also and come with outcome. He will create time, even if he's so busy. He will create time and tell you and try to see it out. Try to give you some advice to improve and so on and so forth. So I can say, academically speaking, any opportunity he can share with me, he will share. If I'm even having a project that is not even concerning my PhD, he will just say, "Okay, let me see what you want to do. I will see how to get even 10 minutes to look at it." And lastly, I was like, "Prof, I'm having I need to know about grant writing. I'm seeing that you are in big projects. Please, can you get time to, I know you are really busy, can you get time to maybe teach me how to write project?" He told me that, I want to do it, but there is no time. So go and search. If you have difficulty, and we will be there and so on. So that's how I can just say, yes, it's a blessing having him. It's true that I have to work also, but it's a blessing. It's really a blessing having him as a supervisor. Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you also for sharing this. And when you were speaking, we could feel the emotion. We could feel the excitement. So yeah, That's great. And you already made a transition toward the next point we are going to discuss, but I will still give the opportunity to the other two participants for sharing also their story. But the transition is about mentorship, because beyond professional networking, you've created a mentor to mentee relationship with your supervisor. It's not always the case. There are plenty of people who could not really, the relationship is not the best with their supervisor, you see. And there are even supervisors who are not really open for, like, maybe for personal reasons or others, so they want to keep everything really professional. And even when we talk about professionalism, it's yeah, I think you guess what I meant. So it's really important, and then we will transition to the importance. Who can we call a mentor, and what is the importance of a mentor in one's professional and even personal growth? So, but before we transition to that, I would ask Buchomekpo, would you like to share your story about someone who has helped you in the past, professionally, academically, and who was that person, and how did you meet that person? But it could also be several persons, because it's possible, but obviously, the person who impacted you the most. Are you there? You are muted. Could you please unmute yourself and Oliver? Okay, so he's not already. Tokole, are you there? You are also muted, so would you mind unmuting yourself and sharing with us something about a potential mentor or someone who has helped you? It's not necessarily a mentor, right? It's not necessarily a supervisor, but someone who has helped you academically or professionally.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you clearly.
Okay. My academic mentor was my teachers.
Mm-hmm.
My teachers. When I was in the lycée.
High school.
In the lycée, high school. Okay, thanks. When I was in the high school, I have many teachers. Many teachers who will be very kind. When I have the exercises, when I don't understand the lesson, I will go there to share I say that a teacher, I don't understand this lesson, and he helped me to understand the lesson, and he correct my exercises when I do this. My teacher were being the many important when I were high school. They helped me so much. And when I when I need the the knowledge something, I go them to see them, and he helped me to do that.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. So I
Good.
yes,
Please, I have a question.
yeah.
And how to improve your English when you haven't any person who speak with him?
Yeah, that is an amazing question. It's really important as a question, and I think that most self-learners they have the same question. I also did learn English alone, so I think I could share my approach with you, although I don't know really if this is something that will be useful, since I assume that we have different way of learning. We have different learning habits, and um, so. But anyway, what I did in my case, what I did was first to improve my listening. And how did I do it? I downloaded some podcasts, some YouTube. On YouTube, you have the possibility to download some podcasts. There was a lady called Rachel. She's American. I don't know if her channel is still alive. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know. So, but there are several people, and I used to download those contents. There could be podcasts, just YouTube videos, where Native Americans they are speaking, and most of the day and even the night, I have my earphones. So I download them on my phone, and when I'm walking the street, when I'm cleaning, I'm doing anything, I'm listening to it. So I actually tried to expose myself to the language, to the different sounds. And I should admit that in the beginning, it was very hard, because I could, maybe I was able only to pick a few words. I could really understand only less than 5% of whatever they are speaking. And especially Americans, you know that they like to contract words, and they tend to speak faster, right? So, but I persisted. And after a few times, but the same things, I just loop them and I listen to the same podcast. So it's not like every time I will change. So maybe if I have 10 podcasts, I have the 10s looping, and I play them one by one. And when it gets to the last podcast, it will start over again and again. So the same things, I am listening to it again and again, until one day I realized that I was able to pick all the words. I didn't even notice when I transitioned to someone who was able only to pick less than 5% of whatever they are saying. Suddenly, one day, I noticed that one of the podcasts, I was able to pick all the words, everything they were saying. I was able to listen to it clearly and to be able to isolate the different words and say, okay, that is what he said. And then that was actually, so based on this first result, then I said, okay, then I need to actually intensify, because before I do it during the day, then even when I'm sleeping, I put my headset, but I reduce the volume. It's not very high, so that I can still hear the ambient noise. And I now put like 100 or something like that podcast, and like anything that is a video in English, American English, British English, but most often American English. Sometimes I will download those do it yourself and documentaries, science shows, and all those things. I just download and I convert it to MP4 file, and I put them in my phone, and I listen to them to understand what they are saying, you see. And I did it for, I don't know, like a few months, or if I would say even years. Okay. And then I developed, so even today, my listening is way better than my speaking, right? When I did my TOEFL, I think that I had almost all the grade for listening, right? Because I developed very well my listening. And the rationale for me is that if you are not able to listen and understand what others are saying, you could not communicate.
Okay.
Now, second thing, I had a pocket dictionary. And every day I had the challenge, it was a challenge to learn a new word. And it was really easy because I was listening to things. So sometimes I hear words and I could hear the word, but I really don't know how to write it. I don't know the spelling of the word. Then I would take my pocket dictionary and check the word. And then over the day, I would try to use it. The other thing I used to do is the words I could not pronounce very well, I will focus on them and try to pronounce them a few times a day, but not every day, maybe every couple of days. And things of every day, like real world situations, like we are speaking right now. If there is something I wanted to tell you, and normally it should be in French, and then I will try to, even some stupid conversations, I will try to say, okay, well, if I were to say the same thing in English, what would be the more appropriate way I will say it? I will have said it. Then I will try to construct different sentences in my head. So I think about the sentence, the syntax, the grammar. But to be honest with you, I did not learn grammar like in the books. I was focusing on listening and speaking, because I knew that if I am able to listen, to speak, and to read, then anytime I could improve my grammar. Because back in the time, grammar was very confusing for me. And even in French, I'm not that good at grammar and all those rules, you know. So I was focusing on listening and practicing speaking. So any single opportunity I have to speak, I will do it. And I remember back in the time, 2015, there were friends of mine, not like classmates. They made fun of me. You could not imagine. I'm telling you, because anytime I had the opportunity to speak English, I don't care. I will try to do it. And in most cases, it was very hard for me. I remember that day in a conference, a meeting with a lot of people. And there was a Swiss or a person from Sweden, and she speaks English, but there was a translator. Our professor was there to translate whatever. And I decided that day to ask questions in English. It was really hard. I was literally sweating. And I could not answer, I could not ask the question very well. And at some point, I was blocked. And there were people like the whole amphitheater, they were laughing. I'm telling you, there were tons of people, like we were more than 300 people that day, and everyone was literally making fun of me. Why? Because I decided to improve. Could you imagine that? But I said, since they are making fun of me, I will speak English no matter. You see? So
Yes,
I did everything on my own. And then I joined 2 different English clubs, like what we are doing here. One was on Saturday afternoon, and I will drive for maybe at least 15 kilometers to attend that every Saturday. And there were high-level speakers. And by the way, if Mr. Gafudu Sopoho ever come across this video, he will know, because he was the one, he had a language center, and he organized this English club every Saturday. And I used to attend that just to practice, because it was all people participating were learners, some of his students, his own student, and so people at least would not make fun of me. And it hurts. I'm telling you, it hurts when you want to do good, you want to improve, and people are making fun of you. It hurt like you could not imagine. But don't listen to them. And my revenge was, okay, I said, I will do everything to improve every day. So each day, my leitmotif was to improve a little bit. And so I cannot really tell you when I made that transition. At some point, I said when I started, like there was a year, it might be in 2018, I said, now I'm gonna speak English to all my colleagues. Whether you agree or not, I speak English with you. And I started doing that. Even on the phone, you call me, I'm gonna speak English. So, but I will tell you, there was one thing I did, and I think that changed the game for me, because I started learning English when I was about to finish my master's degree. And I decided to write my full master's dissertation in English.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, almost a 100-page document. I wrote it from start to finish, start to the end in English in a French-speaking university where I was not obliged to do so, but I decided. So I put myself in a situation where I have no other choice than succeeding. And I remember that there were even people in the administration, there were doctors and other people saying, "You guys, are you sure? Are you sure what you are doing? You will fail." And the thing about me is, every time someone tells me I will fail, I say, okay, well, so this is the right direction I should go. Because if someone tells you will fail, go into that direction and you will succeed. Because most of the time, people will criticize you because you have the audacity, you have the grit to take decision and action themselves they would have never taken. That is the reality. It's not because they care about you. No. It's just because they are just saying, okay, well, this guy, you see, so that is what at least I did. And that is what we are doing here in this community, trying to improve together. And as I said, personally, I could see the result. Yes. And Francophone, I don't know why, but this is exactly, Adeline, I agree with you. That's how Francophones behave. Like someone who is not able yet to outperform you, to do better than you, will be that person who will make fun of you. Like, I cannot understand that. And if you fall for that, then you will stop progressing. You will just say, okay, well, since people are making fun of me, then I will stop. No, if you do that, they win.
Okay.
So your best revenge should be, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get better. And let me tell you something.
Okay.
Out of most of those people, I will tell you 99% of all those people who were making fun of me today, if any of them is watching this, we watch this video, I challenge him to put in the comments on YouTube of whatever the platform that this is not true. 99% of them is not able to speak, even to introduce themselves in English. They could not speak English for 1 minute or 2 minutes with anyone. Could you see?
Yes.
That is it. So I really admire your determination, your commitment, and you're gonna succeed. You will also speak fluently. You are already speaking because at least you communicate, you share your idea, and you were able to master the fear, to control your fear. And that is already the first step. So congratulations. Try to find your own way. And if possible, if you could invest into a more structured learning approach, do it if you could. And anyway, you will have positive outcome.
Okay.
So congratulations again for your determination and for this question. I don't know if others would like to share also. Adeline, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Mida, for your intervention, for your ideas about the process of English learning. I was like, I want to add some few tips for her to perform.
Sure.
Yeah. The first thing I always tell to people who want to learn English is that if you want to learn English, you have to set your environment into English. You switch everything into English. For example, every day you are using your phone, you can dare to switch your phone in English first, and you change your keyboard in English. You try to write to those who are close to you in English without automatic correction, so that you make errors and you realize that you are making errors. So if you are not in a bilingual country like in Cameroon, for example, I was in Cameroon and then I was just struggling to look at the news in English only. I was not really interested in things that are in French anymore. No, I was just like, if I'm to look to news, I will just look in English, or at least in bilingual section. Like after French, I'll have the English section in order at least to have an idea or a summary of it in English. If you like it, as you were saying, you like music, so you try to listen music in English, and if possible, you try to download some that are having lyrics, so that when you'll be going, you'll be also pronouncing, and that's how you will learn English. And also, there are some free groups online where you can also learn to pronounce. And I particularly, there is a software that helped me at home. I was like, okay, as my environment was French speaking, I had also to practice alone at home. And I'm even using it for my kids now. It is tell me more. I will write it in the chat. It's like a software, you have to install it in your computer, and with that you can work on pronunciation, writing, listening, and many other skills while being at home. You have your earphones, you can pronounce, the computer will pronounce, and you pronounce, the computer will be able to show you where you are not able to pronounce very well, and so on. So these are simple but really efficient tips to learn English. And try to master even your home, your bedroom, your everything that is around you. What's the meaning in English? And that's how you improve. Yeah. But try to be consistent. If you just start and you leave, that's how you will not really improve.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Adeline, for your worthy contribution. And this is right, actually. And when you were saying that, for me, I like music. As I said, I'm a drum player. I like Bob Marley, and so I downloaded song lyrics. And by the way, Bob Marley, this guy, he had one of the sharpest writing, I'm telling you. So his writing is very deep. So yeah, I fully agree 1000% with what Adeline said. Those are very good points she made. And the last thing is, don't stress yourself. Just enjoy the journey, right? Because don't be stressed by this pressure of performance, no. Because if you are stressed as well, it's gonna affect also you, the way you learn and all those things. So just relax, enjoy the process of learning. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't say, okay, by like in 1 month I will reach that level. No, but just commit to do something that you can control. Like saying, for instance, okay, every day I'm gonna do 30 minutes of learning. This is something that you can control. And let's say that, okay, until the end of this year, or over the next 2 or 3 or 5 years, every day or every 2 days maximum, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes per day, 30 minutes or even 20 minutes or even 15 minutes daily adds up. They add up. There is what we call the compounded effect. It will even be more powerful than if you do only, I don't know, 8 hours of learning on Sundays compared to 10 minutes every day consistently. So don't put yourself too much under pressure, and just enjoy. It could take you time or not, but you commit to do every day something, or every 2 days or every 3 days, I don't know, and you do it frequently, and then you will see that in no time you will start noticing yourself improvement. There will be words you don't even suspect that you know, and when you are in the situation, you just talk, and then you say, that's how it works. So thank you so much, and I confirm. Tell Me More is a powerful software that this call will be broadcasted. So I don't want to say anything because Tell Me More is a software where you have to pay for the license. I do have Tell Me More. I even forget about. I might have it somewhere, and after the call, get in touch with me. If I still have it and I can provide it with you, like I have the license, I can just give it to you, right? Then I'll tell you how to send it to you. It's on CD. You see? So really, this is a good software, I think also. So thank you so much.
Thanks, sir.
You're most welcome. So now networking, now coming back quickly to, we still have 30, almost 40 minutes left. Then networking is often seen as collecting sometimes business card or contact, because at conferences you see people just collecting card, exchanging card. But what percentage, how many of the person you collected the card from have you reached out to? Did you contact? And how many of them you are still in contact with? That is a critical concern, because I don't know for you, but for me, there are cards I collected, I would say 7 years ago, and I never contacted the persons. Or sometimes I will send one email, and if the person doesn't reply, or if the response, the reply was just not that interesting, then you see. So I realized that relationship building is about creating trust and mutual value. And let me insist on value, because when you focus on what you add to the other person, what value do you bring, you don't have to fight to maintain a good relationship. And that's why I was asking the first question, because if you could identify a point where you could add value to the others. For sure, it is less likely that if that person is ahead of you professionally, that you add a meaningful thing to his career. Let's say my supervisor is full professor. He has been full professor for, I don't know how many years now, almost 10 years. What can I add to him professionally that he has not already achieved, academically speaking? Almost nothing. Is it a new publication? The guy has published over 300 articles. One more or one less will not add anything at all. So, what could I bring to that person? Then it could be something that is not necessarily linked to the street, formal, and the professional space. But here is the bottom line. You don't intrude, you don't force to get into the personal life or personal space of the person, of maybe your supervisor or someone you admire, a leader, a mentor. No. But the thing is, you find ways, good ways, to establish a connection through first trust. And that's why I talked about creating trust first and then mutual value. Because if the person doesn't trust you, he will not let you in. And that is it. So, in your opinion, which one of trust and mutual value do you think is the more important, and that could open for you the personal space of the person, of I would say of a mentor or a professional, I don't want to say acquaintance, but a professional relationship? How could you push it to the next level without intruding, without being pushy, like you want to become friends? Because let me make it clear, and especially in Western societies, your colleague is not your friend, right? But still, you could add value to a person, a colleague, or a mentor. So, could you share a time where you made a valuable connection, a deep connection with someone, a connection that is still active, with someone you can still call or email and expect that despite his busy agenda, he could still reply to you and support you, whether you want a recommendation, a referral, or just a lead regarding opportunities, or just an advice. What did you do that made that relationship lasting? So, Adeline, would you like to share something? Probably regarding your supervisor or...
Okay. For me, That's a very good question. Building and keeping how to maintain a relationship with supervisors or mentors with regard of research or academic curricula and so on. What I cannot really say that I have much more experience, but I will just share the idea I have. The first thing is that we cannot really start by talking about trust, because it is by performing that you build your trust with your prospective or with your supervisor. If I take in my case, for example, I have one attitude. My attitude is that I don't wait my supervisor to ask for like a summary or a report of what I've done. Generally, what I do is that I do it on a weekly basis. They don't really need to ask me before I do it. Whether he is there or not, most of the time, if he is out of the office or he is on holidays, I will always leave a message in which I will firstly state what I have done, the difficulty I encounter, if any, and then what I plan to do next. So that's what I always do. And lastly, if I have any suggestion, it is after giving my report that I will just suggest based on the difficulty I face. I think by doing that, you are already building a trust you don't even know. Yeah. And even during my stay, as you know, I am under a program. It is what I'm doing. And my supervisor is like, wow, how do you do that? Now he's on holidays, but every week he's already having an idea on what I'm doing, on what I have not done well, what worked, what did not work, and so on. So that's already a way of how can I say it, creating a trust. Yeah. And also I practice honesty. Yeah. When I'm not able to do something, I will just say I'm not able to do. Yes, I'm not able to do. Especially when you are not, you are not, you are in a new environment. It's better to say you don't know than doing something to spoil or to I don't know. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I prefer to say I don't know how to adjust this microscope than sitting for 2 hours and trying to adjust, because it is something that even my supervisor knows that I'm like that. When I don't know something, I will say I don't know and I would like to know. Can you get some time to show it to me? And I'm a fast learner, so you just have to show it to me once, and then that's something I really do most of the time. And also regarding relationship with other supervisors that you have in contact, or you contact them for a project, what I really do is that even if you apply for a project and it is not positive at the end, in order to keep that contact, what I will do is that from time to time, I will, like, if he has a new publication, I will write to him to say, wow, I saw your new publication and it is talking about this and that. I like this aspect of the publication, and like, okay, at the end of the year, I'll just send a message to say Happy New Year and so something like that, just to keep in touch, because we don't know, we are still students, and maybe as Dr. Meda always say, when you are a PhD student, you should prepare for your postdoc when you are a PhD student. So it's not after your PhD that you start thinking about your postdoc, or it's not after your master that you start thinking of your PhD. Yeah. So it's always good to keep those relationships with your relations we don't know, to greet them, not very frequently, but sometime, from time to time. Yes, it's important that they know that you are around. Yes. So that's really what I can say. And also supervisors are always happy when you are able to transmit what you have got to others. If you are not willing to do so, they will not also be happy to show you the way. So you will you will have that attitude. It is a good attitude to transmit what you know or what you have learned, even if you learn it alone. When he or she sees that you are able to learn or to transmit what you have got, he is more confident in giving you more other tips, knowing that you will use it efficiently. Yes. Yeah. So that's all I can say for now.
Thank you so much. I like it. I really like everything you said. Really. Because what you said basically is already providing value. Because what does a supervisor want? As I said, what can you give? It's not about publication. What you can do to help a supervisor is becoming or being an independent, self-accountable PhD student, a colleague, and honesty. Yes, it is critical. You can't build trust without being honest. And this sense of accountability is really important. Self-accountability, letting them know, and also taking initiatives. And that is what you just demonstrated. You don't need them to ask necessarily for a report before you submit the report. You see? And a report doesn't mean necessarily a written format like A4 or no, it doesn't mean necessarily that you have to do that. But anyway, being transparent, independent, self-accountable, and taking initiative and transmitting to others, training others in the team, help others grow. And guess what is the one word or two words they used to design designate that? It's team player, teamwork. So if you are a team player, then you have this potential in you. You could transmit knowledge you acquired, whether on your own or through a training or whatever. Then you are able to transmit that knowledge, to share it with your colleagues and also your own student in the team, or maybe people who are working under your supervision in the team. That is really important. That's what makes the life of a supervisor easier. So it's already value that you bring them. And I fully agree with you. All those things are the one building trust. Trust is in your attitude, how you consistently behaving, demonstrating, being supportive in the team, and all those things. And you said something that is also relevant. For instance, at special events, maybe New Year, Christmas, or their birthday, just showing that, okay, I have you in mind. And also a great insight when they publish something new, an update, maybe on LinkedIn, a new research paper, a new project. Yeah, you congratulate them. That's great. So you are already doing it very well. Yeah. So I'm really happy about everything you shared, and it's important also not to spam, because there might be people, I know there are some people who like spamming. He didn't say that every other day you should message and check on your supervisor. No, that is not what it means. So it's also important to, yeah, to not spam, right? So I'm really, really, really impressed, and yeah, thank you for sharing that. So, Tokole, do you want to share anything? Is there anything you want to share, or even questions you would like to ask me or Adeline about what she just said?
Mm, I'm not really something to share,
Mhm.
but I want to say the supervisor is someone who help our to do something, and we we will we will do we will do ourselves, and the supervisor come to help to do that. The supervisor the supervisor don't is the person who make something for hours. This is my opinion.
Okay, so you mean that your supervisor is not the person who should take the initiative, that you, if I understood very well, so you need to be the person taking the initiative and showing your value, your true value. Yeah,
Yes.
yes, it's important. And I think that I would like to add another thing, which is authenticity. It's important and that also is in line with what Adeline said about being honesty. Because if you you try to fool someone by presenting yourself as who you are not, it will backfire. That is really important to know. It's not about impressing your supervisor by claiming that you know how to do everything, you could, that you are this and that, while it's not real. Otherwise, it's gonna really backfire. And because I've seen people, we had an intern a few months ago who claimed she knows everything, and when you ask her anything, she will tell you that yes, I know I can do it. And later on, we realize that that is not true. And yeah, it is not really good, because in the end, like, no one take you seriously. It's better when you don't know something that you say. For me personally, I'm a really fast learner, and even things I don't know, I will say I have never done it, but I could figure out how to do it quickly. So it's also being transparent. I have never done it before, Maybe I might know the theoretical principle, how it may work. I have some ideas, but I have never done it. That will be my first time. But I can tell you that I have the resources to figure out how to do it and try to implement it. This is transparent. Then, if after 1 or 2 days, or even if, depending on the thing, if after 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, I could not figure out, then I could ask for help, saying, well, I thought I would succeed, but I am not doing it. That is what I tried, but that is where I'm stuck. Then it's also a way, if you really think that you don't want to feel like you don't know anything, it's better to be transparent, to be honest, to be authentic. But if you lie, so that is it. And Gilles, your internet is very unstable. I was trying to find out ways to connect a WhatsApp group call to feed it in this Zoom call, and I almost succeeded, but yeah, I have not tried. So maybe next time we can do it for people who experience internet issues. Then maybe that will be an alternative. Okay. So, Gilles, I think that your internet is more stable now. So, yeah, we could. I will quickly ask you a question. You know, there is one aspect also that is important to take into account. Gilles is not there. So, for me, always in any type of connection, that is my values, what I think. It's important also to give first, even before asking. It's not a weakness, because we live in a world, a very sorry but capitalist world, where a lot of people, they think about themselves first, their interest first, which is good. I have nothing against that. But I think that if you really want to build long-lasting connection, you start giving. And that is what Adeline illustrated. You start proving yourself, not to impress, but this is a way of giving. Now, Gilles, what are some other ways you can offer value first, even to someone more experienced than you? What are different ways you could think of regarding offering value first? Let's just imagine that you meet someone, or maybe you are already in a relationship with someone, professionally speaking, and then you wanna go at a higher level. You want to start by offering value first. What are things you could do? Different things besides what Aden said, like being self-accountable, being independent, reporting, being honest, and yes, also being able to transmit your acquired knowledge and skills to others in the team so that you grow together. But beside those points already mentioned, what are other ways you think you could give value first to someone, be he a mentor or just a supervisor, someone you really want to deeply engage with professionally and build a sustainable relationship so that this could also benefit to you. And this also applies to people you have not met physically. Because for me, for instance, I have mentors I have never met before. We connected on LinkedIn, and today they've been very incredible people, always present, always there, supporting, giving advice, really, even referring to you for jobs. Could you imagine? So, Jill, you are muted. Could you unmute yourself and share your perspective? And then we still have 8 minutes left, and then we will
Okay,
wrap up.
thank you, Doctor. I lost the conversation, so I don't really know what about we are talking because I have the network issue, so I lost the conversation for a moment.
Yes, sure. That's why I summarize a little bit. I said that when you want to engage at a very deep level with someone, my way of, like, my philosophy is to provide value first, and after that you could get something. Adeline also shared perspectives about what she does actually, which is excellent. And I think also that Tokole shared a few things. And then, like, I want us, before we close, to brainstorm a little bit about potential things, since the character of people we will meet, their personality, and also, you know, their own experience, I mean, their prior experience before you meet them, all those things matter. And then what are potential additional ways to deeply engage with people in a context where, you know, I want to offer value first before going deeper.
Okay, thank you. So, for me, I think that important to really know all that you wanted to learn from. For instance, I know that we can know totally someone, but it's very important to know some details that these people like. For instance, me, I think that with you, you didn't like to work at half. I don't really have the appropriate word to say it in English, but you like the best where you do something, people will appreciate it. So I know that that is one of the quality that you have. So everyone needs really to know the quality or the some behavior of his mentor. After that, I think that if you want really to know from someone, you need to have all tools that we can use really to learn. The mentor should realize that yes, this man or this girl want really to know, and she or her sacrifice herself to really know. The mentor will necessarily emphasize this, and for me, I think that it's also very important to learn. If you make mistake and someone correct you once, you need to really take it in account. So it will not very good to correct it all of time. By this way, you get more encourage the people who wanted to really help you. And then I think that you need also to really know some details or the essential key from each thing, because in each thing there are the specific key that you need really to know. And by this way, you can work. You can really work, because there are something, if someone didn't told you or didn't share with you the details or the different key that you need to use to really overcome some situation, you can never do it properly. Even if you want really to do it, you can never do it. So sometimes we need also to have this ability and to be also patient and to train our own self to really work with our own self. Maybe we can try to do something, or you can start to do something. Even if you face some issue, we can ask about it. It's also important to really work to really work only. And if you face more mistake, people can help you. But if you are there and you are not able to put efforts or to make effort, this can not really push you to learn. So that is what I think about the way that we can really use it to learn more from some mentor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jill. So what you said is that it's important to know the personality of the personality and the values of the person, of the mentor or the supervisor or whoever it is that you wanna bound with, right? Professionally speaking. And you said something that is really important, which is you need to improve, right? So that the person knows that you are coachable. Because if you are not coachable, the person might not really necessarily want to engage into a long-term mentorship relationship with you. If the same thing he has or she has to say it so many times, it's important. We know that a repetition is important in any learning process, but there are things that should not be repeated several times. So you need to demonstrate clearly that you can get improved, that you could of course make mistakes because you don't know everything, right? But when you make mistakes, that you also learn to correct them, and especially when someone, your mentor or supervisor, gives you advice, made suggestions, that you are able to follow them